Mom, the oven's open, don't call in.
Welcome to our pizza night shenanigans where flour flies, laughter echoes, and yes, Mom occasionally gets a little goofy. Having a big family is a little bit crazy. I've been a mama for over 20 years and I've got quite the gaggle of children. Something I learned in the very beginning is there's nothing like the outdoors to reset everybody, including myself, especially when everybody seems to have the zoomies. Something super fun we've started doing is having more outdoor family meal times. And one of the most fun meals we do as a family is, of course, pizza night, which until recently, of course, always had to be inside because that's where the oven was. That is, until now. In this video, some outdoor pizza, and I'm going to share my pizza recipes that I have been refining for almost 10 years. And as we prepare for our large family pizza night, I want to talk about how to create a family tradition and why it matters so much. Really quickly, I want to thank today's sponsor, Bighorn Outdoors Pizza Oven. Thanks to this oven, my daughter no longer has to worry about me falling in the oven on pizza night anymore. We're going to take just a few seconds and I'm going to tell you all about Bighorn Outdoors. They have a variety of the most amazing ovens. Featured here is the Bighorn electric pizza oven. I've been ogling these pizza ovens for years. It is phenomenal, you guys. I am really crazy about this new, I guess you'd call it, kitchen toy. It is incredibly fast and efficient, preheats in 15 minutes, and it cooks the pizzas to absolute perfection in 3 minutes. It has precise PID temperature control from 220 degrees to 850 degrees Fahrenheit. It provides versatile cooking with 6 preset programs: manual, wood-fired, frozen, New York, thin and crispy, deep dish. But that's not all. It can be used for cakes, pies, baguettes, chicken wings. That is something I'm super excited to try. I think it's going to make the most absolute perfect chicken wings. It does have a space-saving design. It is quite large, but cool thing is you can flip it up. Countertop design reduces footprint by 50%, perfect for kitchens of any size. And it provides even imperfect baking. 1800 watt power with upper and lower heating tubes for uniform color and texture. It's easy to clean and has complete accessories. It's got a removable 14-inch pizza stone, insulated oven door, and lightweight pizza peel, which I am having a lot of fun with, actually.
Now, one of the exciting features to the Bighorn pizza oven is it's not just for pizza. It can be used for steak. It can be used for like a cheesy mashed baked potato. You can pretty much do anything in it that you would do on a pizza stone. Something I am excited to make on it is wings. I'm gonna pull out some chicken wings this week. I think that it's gonna do a spectacular job at flash cooking those chicken wings at a really high speed and getting them super crispy on the outside. I'm excited to try it. I think I'll leave it set up out here, but I'm gonna leave it set up all winter long, I think. And I'm gonna love it all winter long, I can tell. But I think, you know, when I'm gonna love this the very most is all through the spring and summer and fall. Because when it's hot outside, I can use this thing outside and keep the house cool. It's very well insulated. You could touch it and it's not hot. So that'll be nice for using it in the winter time. You can cook your food and warm your hands up on top too.
The possibilities are endless, and I am making big plans to invite neighbors and more people over to taste the pizza from this thing. It really is better. It is so much better, you guys. Now, this is a countertop oven, and you can use it indoors as long as you have good ventilation. However, we'll probably be using ours outside most often. It's fast. It performs well, it's convenient, and it's practically an all-in-one cooking solution for everyday meals. Now, they do advise against using pre-made frozen pizza crusts as they don't achieve the best baking effect. Now, I am going to show you their recipe for pizza dough. You can do your sourdough. We did that. It worked great. But I'm going to show you how to do it with their pizza dough recipe for an authentic wood-fired pizza experience, and I'm going to add a couple twists to mine. But first, let's prepare all of our ingredients, and while we do that, let's talk about why we do things like a traditional pizza night, how to create family traditions, and why this matters. Life is full of thorns, busy schedules, endless to-do lists, and the constant challenges that come with raising a family in a fast-paced world. middle of the chaos, there are beautiful roses waiting to bloom. And many times those roses are to be found in family traditions. The sweet, steady rhythms that remind us what truly matters. Now listen, family traditions, they don't have to be fancy or expensive. In fact, some of the best ones are simple, predictable, and a little bit silly. They're a little bit like the pillars in family life, the moments that everybody can count on no matter how wild the week has been. They give our children something solid to look forward to, something that whispers, you belong here.
I can cut it and have fly swatter.
Okay, and you're gonna decorate it?
Yeah.
When life gets hard, traditions are kind of like a soft landing place. They're the things that ground us when everything else feels uncertain, frazzled, crazy. Whether it's Friday night pizza, Saturday morning pancakes, or an annual camp out in the backyard, these routines can create an anchor of joy, something to look forward to. They can help build connection, stability, and identity.
Why are you crying? You smell the pizzas and they smell good, don't they? Oh. You already ate.
But traditions, they aren't just for the kids. They're for parents, too. In the middle of the noise, the mess, and the constant demands, family traditions give us permission to slow down and savor motherhood. They remind us to laugh, to be present, to enjoy our people right where we are. They can even become a sacred rhythm of rest, a way to decompress, recharge, and reconnect with the joy of raising a family. As Proverbs 17:22 reminds us, a joyful heart is good medicine. Traditions are one of God's simple ways to sprinkle that joy into our everyday lives and our children's everyday lives. So here's how we create a family tradition and how you can too. If you want to start a new tradition, think small and meaningful. Number 1, choose something repeatable. It can be a weekly, monthly, or even yearly event. Consistency is what makes it special. Number 2, make it simple and joyful. You don't need perfection, just participation. There might be meltdowns, just work with it and roll with it. Now, it could be a movie night, a special breakfast, or a Sunday afternoon walk, or a Bible study, or a pizza night. Number 3, let everybody contribute. Ask your kids what they love. The best traditions sometimes come from their ideas. For example, pizza night and taco nights are definitely our kids' ideas. Number 4, keep it anchored in gratitude. Don't forget to include a prayer. Great practice is to go around in a circle and have everybody share something that they're thankful for, or talk about something that God's been teaching you as a family. And that is definitely going to take time to incorporate because it's going to take time for people to learn how to do that, especially the children. But it's a good practice to start to cultivate. Number 5, capture the memories. Take photos, journal it, or create a special family scrapbook or something that will help you remember it and that can grow with each year. Listen, when the world feels heavy, these traditions, they remind us that joy is still possible. There's still good in the world. They're the laughter over flour-covered counters during holiday baking, the smell of popcorn on Friday nights, the smell of pizza, the comfort of knowing no matter how old your kids get, this moment will create memories that we can always carry. So plant those roses among the thorns. Make space for the moments everybody can count on, because those traditions, they're not just fun. They're not just another chore either. They're the heartbeat of the home, the gift that grounds your family, and the quiet grace that lets even the most frazzled mom breathe again. I would love to hear about the traditions that bring your family together. Share your favorite in the comments. Also, if you would like encouragement, routines, and practical discipleship for Christian moms who want to create peaceful homes, strong marriages, and raise children in faith, be sure to subscribe to my newsletters.
Do you want salami on your pizza, or did you get enough while you were chopping it? More salami. More salami.
He loves salami. He voluntarily wants to chop it up so he can sit there munching on it. Keeps taking.
My husband and I have been married 21 years. Almost 10 years ago, so for our 12th anniversary, we went on a date. We hadn't been on one in a very long time because we had a lot of little children and not a lot of people are willing to watch the whole gaggle of kids. You've been standing here chopping salami for a very long time, and I see that half of it's gone, but not very much is in that bowl.
What do you mean?
Anyways, we found somebody to watch our kids for us so we could go on a date. And we found a true Neapolitan Pizza House. We were both instantly just in love with the Neapolitan pizza. It was unlike any pizza I have ever had before in my life. So ever since then, I have been working and working to figure out how to make a Neapolitan pizza. Now, if you don't know very much about Neapolitan pizza, you actually have to go to Naples to be certified to learn how to make it correctly and get the certification. It's a big deal. Look it up. But it is the absolute best pizza you will ever have in your life. And I have been, all of these years, almost 10 years, I have been trying to perfect a make-it-home faux Neapolitan pizza. I've got the San Marzano tomatoes, because you have to have San Marzano tomatoes to make it. You have to have Tipo double O flour for your pizza crust. I mean, there's so many different little details to make this pizza. And I've perfected all of it except for one thing. I've never had an oven that got hot enough. One of the secrets to the true Neapolitan pizza crust is you have to have an oven that gets up to about 900 degrees. And this really is the key to making that perfect Neapolitan style pizza crust. If you have never had it, it's really hard to explain, but it has got the perfect blend of crisp, softness, chewiness. Anyways, I've never been able to completely perfect it. I have tried so many different things. I've tried making the pizza crust in a cast iron pan and then popping it in the hottest oven that I could get. I've tried everything. We've tried doing it on the barbecue with a pizza stone. Nothing has worked to get that perfect pizza crust that we've been looking for 10 years, almost 10 years, until now.
We made the pizza dough a couple different ways. First, we did it with my sourdough and it worked splendidly, but I wanted to try the Bighorn pizza dough recipe to see how we liked it. And I also wanted to use it because it gave me a chance to use the authentic double O flour, which is the correct kind if you're making Neapolitan pizzas. I'm going to link to their recipe in the description box below, but I did want to share one of my tips. If you want a flavor more like a wood-fired flavor in your pizza dough, you can do this two different ways. You could use liquid smoke, or you can use applewood smoked salt. My husband picked up the applewood smoked salt just for this recipe so we could try it again this time because we've done it before and we love it. But you could use either the liquid smoke or the smoked salt. Something that is kind of important is a long cold ferment. You don't have to do it if you're using yeast bread. You do need to do it if you're using sourdough, of course. Now, I let ours rise for 24 hours. I think the yeast recipe would have been better only 12 hours though. So next time I'll do the 12-hour proofing in the fridge. So the reason for the cold proofing is it helps to enrich the flavor in the dough and the gluten. It's really important for the gluten to get that nice stretchy pizza dough that's perfectly chewy.
Our family takes pizza very seriously. Ever since my husband and I had true Neapolitan style pizza at that restaurant, a pizza was just never the same again. And we do take it very seriously now, especially after having brought our children to that restaurant to try Neapolitan style pizza. The kids were instantly won over. There's just nothing like a true Neapolitan style pizza. In order for it to be a true Neapolitan style pizza, you have to actually have these big, huge ovens, those big wood-fired ovens. One of the reasons you want those big, huge ovens is because the rapid rise in temperature and the quick cooking for these pizzas is what makes them so wonderful. Now, we don't have the wood-fired oven, but I figured out a way around that. So this pizza dough that I made has most of the criteria for a true Neapolitan style pizza. This is a long fermented dough. The other trick is to have an oven that gets very hot, which we have now. So I added some liquid smoke to this pizza dough so that it would have a little bit of that wood-fired flavor. Right now I'm just dividing the dough. We are letting our pizza oven, we've never used it, this is our first time. I'm really excited that I have an oven that's gonna do this. If I had to pick a favorite food, hands down, would it be pizza? Pizza and steak. Pizza and steak and a nice Caesar salad, those are my top 3 favorite foods, I think. I don't want to overwork this dough. Now, it's cold outside, and so our stove over here is going, so I'm gonna rise these. They've been rising for 24 hours. That long rise is part of the secret in a Neapolitan style pizza because it helps to bring out the flavors. Now, you'll notice I did not use very much flour when I did this. So I'm just gonna take these now, I'm gonna coat them with oil, and then I'm going to let them rise for probably around 30 minutes to an hour. So filming for this video has taken a couple days. This isn't an all-in-one day, which I'm sure you can tell by the scene changes. And it's funny because the day after I filmed day one, our cousins from out of state texted and asked me if I would do a video on pizza. It was ironic because I was like, actually, I just started filming for one. So yes, I can do that for you. So this is dedicated to my cousins. I'm not gonna name where they're from. They're a long ways away, so we don't get to see each other very often. But I'm not gonna name where they're from just for privacy reasons. But this video is in their honor. Okay, these are ready to go. These are gonna rise. It's important that they have enough oil on them because instead of flour, one of the ways we're going to stretch these or roll them out is going to be by using the oil. The oil is what's gonna help us hand stretch these. I'm just gonna set this back here. Now this is pretty warm, and I'm just gonna set this back here to rise. The heat's gonna make it rise far more quickly than it would without the heat. You will see my kids rolling out the pizza dough and flour everywhere. Okay, that's how the kids do it. You don't actually want to use very much flour, and you don't want to use a rolling pin though. Too much flour will burn and give your pizza dough a burnt, bitter flavor. And unfortunately, a pizza roller is going to completely smash all of the beautiful bubbles. And with Neapolitan pizza dough, you want those bubbles. So I always let the kids make their own, and they're always perfectly happy with their pizza. But for mine and my husband's, I say, don't touch mine. I'll do mine. I'll do mine. Let mama do mine. Everybody gets to do their own, except for my husband. I make his for him. You don't want to handle the dough too much because you want those bubbles. You want to keep as many of the bubbles as you can. Ever since visiting that little restaurant years ago and learning about San Marzano tomatoes, I've been intrigued by them. Until we moved to where we are now, I've never really been able to grow them. Moving to this homestead and getting our big garden area is what has enabled me to grow these. The way it was explained to us is one of the things that makes a Neapolitan pizza special is the San Marzano tomatoes. They're a higher sugar content tomato. They're very dense. There are almost no seeds in these. They're very fleshy. The skin is super, super thin. The flavor is just insane good. I mean, you can sit and just eat on these. They are a little different than your typical Roma tomato. Now, these are not very big. I've actually gotten them to grow bigger before. This is about the size they normally get. As you can see, I can fit quite a few in my hand. One of the things that is special about the Neapolitan style pizza though is they actually import tomato sauce from Italy, from the Mount Vesuvius area, I believe. And the reason they want them from there is there's something about the soil that has all that ash in it, and it's the ash in the soil apparently that gives them their signature flavor. So the way that I have tried to recreate this, and again, it's taken me years to get to the point to where I could make these, but the way that I have tried to recreate this is in our garden on our San Marzano tomato plants, we put ash from our cook stove here. Not the same thing. These tomatoes are going everywhere. Not the same thing, of course, but the flavor is still far better than you would get with just a plain Roma or any other kind of tomato. The second thing that I like to do when I'm able is I like to make our own mozzarella cheese from goat milk. Sadly, we lost one of our goats this last summer, so I didn't have as much milk to work with, and I think we've only been able to make mozzarella cheese one time, so I will be using store-bought, that fresh mozzarella that's packed in water for this recipe, and that is what you want. You want a softer, fresh mozzarella. You don't want the kind you have to grate. It's not nearly as good. If you have basil, that is, again, another one of the toppings, fresh basil leaves for the top of your pizza after it's cooked. You don't want to put them on before, but the basil is part of what makes this pizza so special. Now, our garden just finished. We lost all the basil last week, all the rest of the basil that we had left, so we don't have fresh basil today, but I do have pesto. Before most of the basil froze, we had gotten a few crops, and my daughter went out and she harvested, I think, 2 or 3, maybe 4 times, and made some nice batches of pesto. So that's what we use in our sauce. Now, to make it easy, I just put the pesto, or I had my daughter, I taught her to put the pesto right in with the sauce. You could always drizzle it on afterwards though. So for this pizza, you want to keep the toppings pretty minimal. You don't want this to be packed like a Chicago pizza or a New York style pizza. You want this to be very simple, quality ingredients so that the ingredients that you do put on it really shine. And so you want the San Marzano tomatoes, you want quality olive oil, you want the fresh, most delicious mozzarella cheese, and that's pretty much it. There's debate as to whether or not garlic should go on a true Neapolitan style pizza. We definitely like the garlic. garlic. But if you want to make it authentic, there are some places that say you leave the garlic out.
That is how a true Neapolitan style pizza is made, but of course, our family likes a couple extra toppings, namely the salami and some bacon. Personally, I do love serrano peppers on them as well. It's one of my favorite pizza toppings. And I don't know what happened to the sound in that scene. I was explaining that children usually like the shredded cheese over the fresh. And in this scene, I'm telling my little boy that we want to scatter the ingredients because that is the Italian way. You can use whatever pizza sauce you like. However, my very favorite is just the pure, plain and simple San Marzanos. And apparently that is the correct way to do it. You just want the San Marzanos. And you can add some salt if you like. I am adding some basil to this because I don't have any fresh basil to put on it. Now, it is better if you wait till the end, and I forgot to do that. I should have just saved that pesto basil for the very end. It wasn't as good cooked in like this. True Neapolitan style pizza does not have any other toppings, but like I said, we like extra toppings on ours. So I've got some salami here and other toppings. A sneaky little trick that will rise up to bite you is if you make the dough too thick. It's gonna rise a lot. It always surprises me how thin I roll it and how much it rises. These are the oven baked pizzas. The crust was a lot drier. It didn't have the chew. It was still okay, but it didn't have the texture of the pizza that cooks quickly in the higher temperature oven. Bubbles weren't as big. That stretchy dough wasn't there. It also didn't have that wood-fired flavor. I noticed that the Bighorn Pizza Oven really did give it an authentic wood-fired flavor. Here are the results of a regular oven, and here are the results of the Bighorn Pizza Oven that gets us those temperatures we want. Now, it doesn't get to 900 degrees, but the 850 degrees is definitely sufficient. This did give us that chewy, nice, stretchy dough. The salt helped out with the wood-fired flavor a little bit more. Watch this stretch. Look at that. So good. Another special touch that you want to do if you're making a Neapolitan style pizza is you want to drizzle it with some olive oil when it's all finished. I'll tell you right now, that makes a really big difference. Thank you so much for watching till the end. We'll see you next time.